Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. I'm Nora, owner and manager at Nora's Dog Training Company, and I'm just here to talk to you a little bit about Yoda and Queen. We've become very attached to them and we want their transition back to New York and eventually home to you, Faisal, to go smoothly and everybody be on the same page. So I'm going to go over the paperwork that is going to come home with them. So don't be worried that there's going to be anything that's going to be left to your imagination. The first thing that we're going to go over with you is the general instruction sheet. This is for their obedience training. It's when and where to train at home. So in the beginning, Belma should be using a quiet area to train with them, and that is doing their commands that they've been taught, which we are going to do another video that will show you the commands. No is the word that we use with the puppies when they're doing something that we don't like. You can clap your hands or make a noise so that they understand that that behavior is not acceptable. We do ask that you contact us with any training questions that you might have, because it can get very confusing if you ask a lot of people for their individual ways that they've handled their puppies, and then it all goes away because there's too many suggestions. If you have questions, please call us. Of course, Belma, you're going to be responsible for training with them when they first get home. If you have any problems or you need help, we will come out and work with you. The 5 basic training commands are listed here on the first page. They know to heel, which is to walk nicely next to your left leg when you're walking with them, to sit when you stop walking, to sit and stay, to lay down on command and stay, and to come. So those are the commands that these little babies have learned. Now we're going to move on to house training, or housebreaking, or going potty in the appropriate place, whatever you want to call it. There are 3 handouts that go hand in hand for your housebreaking. One is a sample schedule, which Belma, I think you're going to really find this valuable when they first go home. A housebreaking routine and a crate training handout that talks about the dog's view of being crated versus our view of being crated. So this is just a good read when you're first starting to work with a crate with your puppy. This is the times of day that they have been let out, fed, played with, worked with, so that you have an idea of what their day looked like while they were here, because they are so young and they are in those formidable first weeks of life. So we want to make sure that you keep up with the schedule that they've learned that they're on since they've been here. The housebreaking routine basically says schedule, schedule, schedule. Schedule their feeding time so that they're used to eating at the same time every day. Schedule the time that you put them in their little pen to go to the bathroom on their pad. Make sure that they're gaining weight, but that they're not being overfed. If puppies should have an accident in the house, unless you see the puppy do it, you can't correct them. You can't drag them back over to the spot and reprimand them, because they aren't going to know what you're talking about. So if they're not in their crate or in their playpen, then I would recommend that you watch them. If you can't watch them, put them back into their crate. We do give them blankets to lay on and toys to chew on while they're in their crate, so that they never see it as a punishment. And the final handout is getting the most from your investment. And of course, the work is not over now that the puppies have graduated, because these kids came to us so young. One of the things that you can do with the leash indoors, we're using a little, what they call a martingale collar, and a little tiny leash for training. And if you want to work on their house manners or skills in the home, if you leave this equipment on them when they're running around loose in the house, you have something to grab to correct their behavior if it's not what you want it to be. Good news or bad news, we need to hear from you, Belma, especially while the puppies are still in the States. So please, again, feel free to reach out and call, ask questions. Everybody here knows these puppies. Anyone who answers the phone probably can answer your questions, and if not, leave a message for someone who can answer your questions. Now we're going to pan over to a couple of things that we feel as though you're going to need for the puppies, and that is your crate and your puppy playpen. So we're going to head over here. The crate is called a Very Kennel 400, and that is an airline approved travel crate. So you're going to be able to use that at home. You're also going to be able to ship the puppies in it as well. The airline requires that they have a lot of room, so you might legitimately be able to go to a smaller crate, but by the time they ship, you would have to buy new crates, so it doesn't make sense. Just go with that size crate, again, a Very Kennel 400, so that you can separate them so that they have a place to stretch out and sleep and play when they can't be watched. Moving over here, we're going to show you their puppy playpen with their wee-wee pad in the pen. Now this particular pen you can add panels to make it bigger. So you can literally have a playpen where the puppies can be with their pad in there for them. We give them their water in there, and we put them in there at least 6 or 8 times a day, and once during the night to relieve themselves or go to the bathroom. So they still are at that crucial time in their development where we want to make sure that they're getting to use their pad often enough and they're not having accidents. So we're going to be back in a little while to show you what Yoda and Queen have learned while they've been here. And again, Belmont, if you have any questions regarding this video or any other information, please feel free to call us, and we will be back with the kids. Thank you.